Hi Gemini, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Gemini, in today's reading, I'm going to give you 2 of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. And then the reading, do your reading. Just wanted to remind you that I do have a Facebook group I'm doing on Wednesday this week. It is going to be about what's blocking you. So if you're interested, hop along. Also, if you would like a personal reading from me, I would gladly like to do that. Leave a comment or email me and I'll definitely get back to you. All right, so let's do this. Thanksgiving is already here, you guys. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. All right, so Gemini, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Gemini. This is for Gemini Spirit, for their highest good. All right. All right, so you have unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Wow. So definitely, you are where you need to be. You know, we all have our path already written out, you know. So just know you're on the right path here, okay? Even though it feels scary, just you're on the right path. You also have faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. Nice. Gemini, definitely. You're on a new path. You're on your own path right now. Things are just going to get better from here. All right, so Gemini, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. All right, let's do this. One for the current for Gemini. Situation, past or now, what's hidden, the hopes and fears, one for what you need to do now, what you need to work on, and the outcome. All right. And at the end of the tarot deck, you do have the 9 of Swords. So there's a truth here that you still need to see or speak about. I don't know what's going on here, but so let's just start off with the Page of Cups here. The Page of Cups is talking about, you know, really being in your feelings. I feel like you need to pay attention to your dreams, your intuition also. I feel like, especially your dreams, because I feel like you're getting intuitive messages that you just need to remember. I feel like you're, you know, you're wanting an apology also. This could be some kind of apology. Either something's coming in or you're wanting to give somebody an apology about something. I feel like you need to have forgiveness also about things that are going on in your life. Yeah, and then you have the Magician card here. Remember that you create the things in your life, okay? So if you're going to be negative, it's going to come in negative. They're saying that everything you think about, what you're doing, it's going to manifest. So right now we're at the stage where we're in a part in our lives where we're manifesting everything that we think of. So really think positive in everything. I feel like you need to change your mindset about things, you know. Okay. And then you have the 3 of Pentacles here. You know, you could be collaborating with somebody, working with somebody, with something like some kind of partnership is there, or just somebody in general that you're creating something with. So it's nice. I feel like people look up to you. They do look up to you. They see you. You're being recognized for all your hard work, all your effort also, I feel. You do have the Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands is talking about that, you know, stop caring about so much about what other people say or think or do, you know. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just, you know, do you, you know. They're saying that also, too, for you not to let anybody take your light. You know, you are the light. You know, you walk into the room and you are a light to everyone, you know, but stop thinking what everybody else is, what's going on with them. Like, who cares? It doesn't matter. You have the Three of Wands here. You're definitely moving forward. I feel like you could be making plans and you're not really saying anything about it. I feel like also too you're waiting for your ships to come in, like some kind of, like you're waiting for something. I feel like also too you could be wanting to receive something also. And then you have the Knight of Cups here. The Knight of Cups is talking about following your heart. Really follow your heart. Follow your heart in what you want to create, what you want to do. Really follow your heart, you guys, okay? I feel like you need to open your heart also, like really have that compassion, that forgiveness, towards people. Even though it's something that you don't like what they've done or do, I feel like you still need to forgive them, that no matter what. I feel also with the Seven of Pentacles here and what you need to work on is what your next step is, because I feel like you're in your mind about doing this, doing that, that I should have done this or should have done that also. But we'll see. You also have the Five of Cups here, Gemini. It's saying that, you're very disappointed about things the way they have gone. I feel like you're just looking at the bad and not looking at the good. That there's still good things around you. You're just always focusing on the bad, and they're asking you to really change that. Okay. I also feel like at times you wonder, like, why is all this happening to me? And it's very hard. It's very hard to go through life like that. Because you don't want to be like that. You don't. They don't put us in this position in life until, like, because sometimes these things that we go through in life, they're lessons, and they're like you have to learn from them in order to keep moving forward. Like, like something happened, like something bad has happened, and then you say, I'm never going to go, I don't want to ever go through this again, because you're going to make sure that you don't go through that again. It's going to be like, I'm never going to say things like that again because it just created a whole bunch of mess, stuff like that, and that's the way you have to be, because, things happen, but sometimes you're like in your mode right now where you're like, why is things going like this for me? Wow. That was a message for somebody. And you're definitely in your mind a lot. You're very worried about things, you're in your head a lot. So that's something that you really need to leave behind. Okay, Gemini. Take what resonates with you, Gemini, and leave the rest. This is going to be for Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. All right, Gemini. You have the Page of Cups here, and why is the Page of Cups here? You have the Star card. One more card. Oh. Hold on, you guys. One more card. One card, Spirit. All right. So, like I said, you have the Page of Cups here. Really trust what you're feeling. I feel like you could also be waiting on an apology here, or you could be wanting to apologize to somebody. I feel like you are definitely, there's definitely opportunities around you, but you just need to try to move forward from everything what's going on in your life. I also feel like you need to pay attention to your dreams because I feel like there is some kind of intuitive messages here for you. You do have the Star card here, and the Star card is talking about that, you just want to feel better about things. You don't want to be like, you don't want to be in this mode where you're always worrying or constantly thinking about everything. And, it's up to you to really leave that behind. It's nobody else is going to do it. Has to be you to do it. Okay. Also with the, I feel like you just want things to just fall into place, and I feel like you're going to start feeling better. I feel like you're just going to feel a lot better with everything that's going on after you go through all this. You're going to see a difference, but it's up to you. Like I said, it's up to you to really see things differently. With the Page of Wands here, I feel like you need to believe in yourself. I feel like, you need to be open so that new things can come in. And I feel also too that you need to have optimism. I feel like you need to have faith and believe, that everything is going to work out. Without that, if you don't have that, then everything's going to keep being the same way. I feel like you need to have patience for everything also. And just remember that it is in divine timing. when we want things, okay? It's when the universe gives it to us. It's when God wants to give it to us. It's not our choice. We have to go through all this in order for it to come to us, you know? So just remember that. You have the Magician here. And why is the Magician here for Gemini? One more card. Wow, okay. Um, you do have the Magician here. You know, you start off with the Magician. The Magician is talking about, you know, being very, being positive in things, you know, that everything that you're doing, like if you're thinking negative or, you know, you're thinking positive, whichever one, you know, but in this case, you're thinking negative because it is in the situation. You know, really try to be positive in everything because it's like I said, we create the world that we live in. If we create it with nothing but negativity in it, or, you know, watching the news all the time and you know, laughing or criticizing people and all that stuff, it's going to continue to be going like that. You know, we need to really think positive and get out of that mindset where, you know, nothing's going to go good for me. You know, change your negativity to positivity, okay? I also feel like you're holding on to a lot. I feel like you're being very stubborn and holding on to the past. And I feel like you continue to think of everything that has happened. And I feel like you need to try to let that go. Try to get yourself grounded also. And I also feel with the Empress card here, I feel like, you know, you need to start nurturing yourself. You know, there's something here about, you know, maybe your mother, something about a parent, something about, you know, that you're a mother or something like that, about a mother, like a mother figure, like you, like you're a mother. I don't know who this is a message for somebody, but you're a mother, right? You are a mother. You have that motherly, you're a mother, okay? And I feel like you are trying to doubt yourself, like you're doubting yourself, like why don't things happen for me the way I want to? Like I've put so much effort into things like my children, and that they're not there. You know, they're hurting me in some kind of way. And I feel like that's a message for somebody, and I feel like you hold on to that. And I feel like you stay with that, and that no matter what, you continuously stay in that mode. Like, you know, well, they're not going to come by, so they're not going to do things differently, so why am I even trying? That kind of thing. If you are doing that, or it's you that is thinking like that, you need to really try to think positive, okay? Because when you think like that, like I said, you know, we create the world that we live in, and it's going to continuously continue like that. It's the endless cycle, okay? And I believe that you just need to let things go. Let a lot of things go. Also for everybody else, I'm sorry, you guys, that was a message for somebody. I feel like you need just to let go of the past, okay? Really let go of anything that you're going through. Really let it go. I feel like you need to create and put your ideas out there, because you do have the Empress card, and she is of ideas. You know, she's very creative. She expresses herself out there. She puts her ideas out there, and that's what you need to do. Okay. Wow. You have the Three of Pentacles here, and why is the Three of Pentacles here? This is in the past or now. I feel like you could be collaborating with somebody or working with somebody very closely. I feel like you're very admired also, that people recognize you in everything that you've been doing, that you've been doing this, that you've been doing that, you know, and people recognize who you are. I feel like you do have a lot of support around you, but you just don't see it, and you need to start seeing it, okay? I do feel like there is abundance here, and I feel like there's traveling here also. You have the Queen of Wands here. And why is the Queen of Wands here for what's hidden? One more card. Huh? Wow. So you do have the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Moon card here. with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, you know, she finds her strength in everything. She doesn't let anybody take her light away from her. You know, she is the light. She holds a sunflower in her hand because the sunflowers follow the sunlight, and that's you. You're the light. You know, there's also a little black cat there because the black cat, it doesn't care where it goes. It doesn't care what other people do or think. That's you. You need to take on this form of being the Queen of Wands because that's who you are. Stop caring so much about what people are saying, what people are thinking, what people are doing. Live your life, be in the moment, be the light to other people, to the others that are around you, okay? You need to start finding your strength and your confidence. There are times when you don't feel, then you don't look at things clearly, or you're not seeing the future clearly. You don't know what's ahead of it. You know, sometimes you feel clouded. Sometimes you feel like, you know, your emotions are all over the place. And they are, you know, we are. Right now we're going through, you know, the holidays, and they hurt because there's some people that are not with us anymore, you know, but, you know, they want you to trust your intuition and use your intuition. You have the Queen of Pentacles here, and the Queen of Pentacles is talking about really taking care of yourself. You know, you try to do everything for everyone, and it's time for you to start thinking about yourself now. Start taking care of yourself. Giving yourself self-care. Start slowing down. You know, I'm not saying quit your job. I'm just saying take it easy. It's time, okay? I do feel like there is abundance. I feel like you know how to make that money, and I know how. And they know, they're saying you know how to create the money, but you also don't know how to take it easy. You know, and you need to start taking it easy. You have the Three of Wands down here. Why is the Three of Wands here for the hopes and fears? One more card. You have the Strength card here, Strength card, and you have the Seven of Wands. The Three of Wands is saying you're moving forward. You know, you're definitely going to be moving forward. I feel like you're waiting on something. Like you could be waiting on something that you really want. You know, your ships are coming in. You know, also feel like at times that I feel like there's just a lot of growth here. I feel like you're definitely going to be moving forward. I feel like you need to let other people help you also. There are times when you just don't let nobody help you, and you need to stop and let other people help you. You don't have to do it all, Gemini. Let other people help you. Stop being stubborn, okay? And let other people help you. Go within. Try to just clear your mind. Sit outside. Go for walks. Get grounded. Whatever it is. Start doing that for yourself. You do have the Strength card here. The Strength card is talking about try to have self-control with your doubts. You know, with the negative that you're thinking about. Find your strength from the past. Learn from the past. Like really learn from the past, you guys. Like everything that has been happening. Okay, it happened. Let's move on. Let's move on from that. Okay. They're asking you to believe that you can do anything also, and really have that compassion and strength, and learn from everything that's been happening also. Because you can. You're very strong-willed. I feel like you're very strong-willed, Gemini, but you just, like at times you stay stuck. You stay stuck in the same place. You have the Knight of Cups here. And why is the Knight of Cups here? One more card. Ow. All right. So with the Knight of Cups here, I feel like you need to follow your heart. I feel like you need to open your heart also. Have that compassion and forgiveness, okay? Have that love for people. Stop being so mean. Stop being so like ungrateful for things, okay? Follow your heart and what you want to do. Trust your intuition because you need to. You also have the Ace of Wands here. Put your ideas out there. There's going to be a lot of new things coming in. You're going to be very inspired. You're going to have new things coming in. This is a new opportunity for you. So trust your intuition. Start learning to use your intuition. He has a Seven of Pentacles here and what you need to do now. One more card. Wow. You have, you're really thinking about what you're going to do next. You know, what is your next move? You know, you're really in your mind about everything that's been going on. You know, you're reviewing everything. You're looking at everything, you know, and that's the thing. You stay in your mind about it. There are times when you're so disappointed, you know, about things, about everything that has happened. you know, you stay with it, and you need to try to your best to let that go, Gemini. Okay. Um, I feel also too that you could be giving, you know, be giving so much of your time, so much of everything to, you know, trying to do whatever it is that you're trying to do, you know. And they're asking you to start setting boundaries, okay, and really let others help you, especially with finances. If they offer it, let them help you. If they're not asking you, if they're not helping you, and then ask, hey, can you help me out with this bill? Hey, can you help me out with this? Can you help me out with that? You know, really do that. They're saying let other people help you. You know, I feel like you're very disappointed at times, and I feel like there are times that you're just like in your feelings, you know. You feel disappointed, you feel depressed, you know, about everything that has happened. You try to give and give, but it doesn't work, you know, and I feel like you need to really try to leave that behind. And I also feel like you're really reviewing everything, seeing everything that has happened. You have the Five of Cups here. And why is the Five of Cups here? So with the Five of Cups, like I said, you know, you're only seeing the bad and not seeing the good. There are opportunities around you, and there's definitely, you know, there's still good things around you, but you just don't want to see them for some reason. You stay in this mode where it's like you're depressed. And you really got to try to let that go, okay? Whatever has happened, it's happened. Move on from it. You have to try to do that. I feel like there's still a lot of good opportunities coming towards you, but you just need to really look up and see them. I feel like you need to let go of that past also. You're holding on to it very tightly. I feel like you need to step back and see things more clearer, see things differently, get a different perspective on things, you know, that it is what it is. You just got to keep going on, okay? And then you have the Magician. You know, think positive in everything, no matter what. You know, get away from this depression, get away from this feeling down or this disappointment. You know, think positive. You know, you have all the tools to create your world. Like I said, you know, this isn't the first time you had the Magician. You had it back here also. But you need to really clear your mind. Go within, because you're on this new path. Enjoy it. Enjoy this new start because it's here. All right, Gemini. All right, Gemini. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Have a beautiful, blessed Thanksgiving.